Good morning, everyone. I'm Burton Doss, sitting here with the legendary musician Harrison Calloway of the Muscle Shoals Horns. Today is May the 21st, 2015, and Mr. Calloway, thanks for stopping by again.
Okay, Bert.
The only reason I like seeing you, you never stop by and bring me bad news. Every time you come by, it's always something cool.
Oh, do we got something good today?
Yeah, buddy, we do. So let's, before we get into the really exciting news, let's talk a little bit about what's kind of going on here at Malaco. Uh, I want Harrison to talk a little bit about it, but just to bring you up to date, we have released the new albums from Billy Soul Bonds called Cat Daddy, the Grady Champion, Bootleg Whiskey, and Mr. Sip, the Mississippi Blues Child. And again, something's kind of cool right here. Harrison is played on these albums, and so for those that don't know about these guys, these artists, can you tell us a little bit about Billy Soul and Grady
Okay.
and Mr. Sip and what you've done with the album?
Yeah, well, I received a call last year from Tommy Jr. You know, he's kind of taken over from for his father, and he was telling me that he was recording the harmonica player Grady Champion, and he asked me to come in and see what I thought, and he contracted me to do the horns on several of his cuts, and I thought he had a touch of Bobby Rush flavor, but a youngster, and I can't recall exactly what was the. Oh yeah, South Side of Town was the cut that I really liked, and he also got me to conduct at the Jackson Music Awards. He wanted me to conduct his band, and we had a ball at that. And Billy Soul Bond and I go way back, going public, and all the artists know about Scat, Here Kitty Kitty, Scat. So he has a new album called Cat Daddy, and it was a pleasure for me to work on that. He has a new single out called Here Puppy Wuppy,
Okay.
and it's doing well. And the newest of the group is Mr. Sip, and Mr. Sip has a new CD out, and I heard a cut from it, and he has a touch of the Clarence Carter, Bobby Rush, and Bobby Womack, a combination of all three, and I think he's going to be well accepted in the R&B.
Now I tell you, Mr. Sip, he has blown up lately.
Yes.
He won, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he won the Memphis International Blues
He
Competition.
did.
So yeah, we're expecting big things out of him.
Right.
So anyway, that's a little bit
By
about.
the way,
Yeah.
the horn section that I use, and I get killed if I don't mention that, is Kemper Francis, my fraternity brother, which he's a Kappa, and he did my scoring and copying, and he also was the lead of the horn section on those three artists.
Okay. That's great. Yeah, I remember I stopped in a few times and played. The studio was rocking,
Yeah.
to say the least. I mean, you were tearing it up in there with the horns. It's
Thank you, man.
powerful sound.
Yes.
So, all right, well, cool. So, yeah, go check it out at malaco.com with the Billy Soul Bonds, Grady Champion, and Mr. Sip. They're all available now. The Getting to the exciting news, we've got a little something on that desk right there. That is the new album, new CD released. First time available on CD, the Muscle Shoals Horns. And coming up on May the 30th up in Florence, Alabama.
Yes.
The original members of the Muscle Shoals Horns are going to come together for one more time on this historic event that's been organized by a good friend of ours, Andreas Warner, and it's going to be at the Florence Visitor Center,
Visitor Center.
and
1:30.
at 1:30 on May the 30th. So, like I said, all of these albums that were originally only available on LP are now on CD. And Harrison, kind of give us a little, what can we expect? I know you haven't seen some of these guys in several years. So.
Right. Let me start off by saying the original members of the Muscle Shoals Horns was myself, Harvey Thompson, and Ronnie Eads. The three of us, and all three of us played multiple instruments. I played all the brass, and Harvey and Ronnie Eads, they played all the woodwinds. So we could kind of go from three horns to, and what we call stack the horns, and we would get we could play as many, we would sound like an orchestra. Back then we called it looping, We could go back over and play three, and then go put 3/6 horns. So we formed, excuse me, we formed the Muscle Shoals horns, and basically I would like to thank the producer in Muscle Shoals named Rick Hall for giving me the opportunity to get off into producing and learning how to arrange and having a good concept of what's happening in our music and black music. And he was the one that instrumentally started me to show my talents into arranging. And from that, it kind of made me want to form a group that would be nationally known, and we call it the Muscle Shoals Horns. And Andreas, as you were mentioning, called me a month ago and said, Harrison, guess what? Sony Records bought up all your old masters of your music. And a group out of New York called Funky Town Groove Records is re-releasing this. I said, what? He said, yeah, they're going to be released April the 28th. And this is the first album on the Muscle Shoals Horns. It's called Born to Get Down. Uh, this was the first of the three. The second one was on Aerola Records called Doing It to the Bone.
That's great.
And it was a big country label in Nashville called Monument Records. And we started playing on a lot of Dolly Parton sessions and a lot of country acts, Hank Williams Jr. And the owner of this record company said, Harrison, which was named Mr. Fred Foster, Harrison, what would it take for you guys to, everybody tell you how to do your music? He said, what if you had the chance to do your own music and you guys produce your own session? He said, we got 125,000 taking to do it. So I called every musician. I would have called you, Burton, and they brought you in just a whistle on the set. You would have got paid. But anyway, I called a lot of my old friends, and that CD was called Shine On. And a couple of songs on there was one of the biggest guys at BMI. Is no longer at BMI. His name was Thomas Kane, and all of us was back then was at Tennessee State. I finally graduated because if I didn't, my mom was going to kill me. But Thomas went on to be a big executive at BMI, and I'm sure your listeners have heard some of the music.
Oh, look, I mean, Elvira.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard Elvira.
Yeah.
By the Oak Ridge Boys. Patches. One Bad Apple.
Yes.
I mean, you've been on tour with Elton John.
Yes.
It can't get any bigger than that.
Thank you.
That's pretty awesome to say the
awesome.
least.
Yeah. Well, I was a guy back then, and I won't give myself all the glory. I had two partners, Ronnie Eads and Harvey Thompson. Harvey and I, we go back so far, but Ronnie was kind of the white guy on the set, so he became black when he got with us.
That's right.
And we needed a fourth player. I said, well, I was doubling on trumpet and trombone, and it kind of messed up my embouchure when I switched. So somebody said, we got this young guy that goes to Kentucky. In college, he comes home to see his parents, lives in Sheffield. His name is Charles Rose. He plays good trombone. So I invited him in and did a set with him. And we later brought him into the horn section, which after I left, he started doing a lot of arrangements here and there when I started playing the trumpet. So we ended up doing some awesome things together.
Look, I know it. I mean, and what's cool is that it's not just you. You're only as big as your team, and so you got a great team.
Yes, I did.
With Ronnie and Charles and Harvey. I mean, there's some bad sounds coming out of y'all.
Thank you, man.
So yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to it. Whoever's available, get there soon because it's going to be very crowded. I've already seen some of the numbers coming in of who all's coming, and it's going to be a packed house to say the least, and a very special night. So anyway, so we're excited about that, and we would be remiss if we didn't mention that this past week, legendary to say the least, world known from born in Berkeley, Mississippi, B.B. King passed away. Too young, I guess I'd say, but Harrison, you played. Did you play with him, or do you have a story? Or?
Yes, I have a little story. Back when I was in Nashville, we had a band that was doing world tours. We'd go out in the summer. The name of the band was called the King Casuals, and we were playing in New York, and BB was on the venue, and something happened. His organ player got sick, And someone told him, said, there's a guy over with the King Casual, trumpet player. Said he plays multiple instruments. Said, well, see, can he sit in with me on Thrill Is Gone, play organ? Well, I didn't know all the stops, what the all keyboard players know what I'm called. I had the organ set on one particular stop, yeah, 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 and I pulled it down real low. And he said, the thrill is gone. And I played the organ behind me. He wanted me to finish the tour with him.
Did he really?
But I was already booked with some of the other band like Freddie Scott and Jackie Wilson. We had to play behind each one of them, but that was a heck of an experience. Later on, his nephew Walter King is a student of mine to this day. We went to school in Nashville, so we lost a great one.
We sure did it, and you know, I'm sure the answer is yes. But I mean, was he as nice as what he's depicted as?
Two nice, two of the nicest artists, musicians that I met in my career. One is BB, and the other one is Elton John.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I know that seems a little strange, but when I was on tour with Elton, on stage, man, we were drinking Flying Nun, and we had wrote it so. And BB was just as nice with his personality.
Yeah, well, we sure gonna miss him.
Yes.
Can I see that real quick? That
sure.
CD? I wanted to see this Born to Get Down. I was, you know, I thought I saw something in here, not when I was reading through this. It was talking, maybe it mentioned it here or online, but
yeah.
It was talking about you being kind of, quote, the baddest trumpet player around, and you know, I haven't really seen, I don't see it in here, but I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't, they say you were bad.
Well, you heard right, Burton. In those particular times, I consider myself one of the admired trumpet players. Of course, my favorite trumpet player that ever lived was Clifford Brown, and I wanted to play like him so bad, but since I couldn't play like Clifford, I started doing horn arrangements, and I was mediocre.
Yeah. Well, how long's it been since you picked up a trumpet?
Well, I was Johnny Taylor's band leader for 13 years, and I stopped playing in '96, and I would pick up the horn every now and then, and I said, oh, I ain't doing no playing, so I was retired. And but to answer your question, since '96.
Wow. I guess, yeah, I wish we had an opportunity to hear you. I know you can't play. You can't play anymore.
You're in luck. Well, I don't know, Bert. Let's see.
Cap, you're getting on up there.
Let's see. Well, I'm 74. Hold up, man. Don't count me out.
74. You're
74.
Stop it.
I'm kidding. When you told me we were going to do this this little video, about the horn section, it would be disapproving. It would be unjustified if I didn't pick this horn up and let my viewers know that Cap still got part of it.
All right. Well, you know that we're doing this on one take.
Okay.
And we're not editing this. We're not doing anything. So what you see is what you get. So
that's it. Well, let's see if we can do a little excerpt here. And I know when Harvey, Charles, and Ronnie see this, I might miss a few notes, but you can tell I still got it. Let's see what's happening.
Rock it.
Okay. Still got it, man.
Still got it. Oh, man. All right. Well, we're. I think we're done.
Okay.
You've done a great job, and we will look forward to seeing you on the 30th up in Florence.
Thanks so much, bro.
All right. Take care.
You too.
All right.